Okay, welcome back. So since we have import the data set, we are going to analyze. So let me describe each variables for you. Okay, so you go to. Okay, so what is the purpose for this data set? So this data set is want to find out the driving factor behind our marketing campaign, especially for the engagement rate, which is conversion rate. So we have did to calculate the conversion rate in chapter 1. So for this one, the data set for IBM, so there are 24 variables. So let us to check the data set. They have two parts for the data set. One is the policies profile variables, which is provided by the company. The second part are customer profile, related to the customer's profile. Okay. So for the first part, we know is the policy profile variables. For the first one, we call the customers. It means the customer ID. Customer lifetime value is the total worth for to business over lifetime for the relationship. Is how important for these customers, the value. So the bigger, okay, the bigger value, the more important for the company. So it's a very important factor for this data set. We call customers lifetime value. Okay, so the third one is response. So for this data set, this response we call this as target variables, 目标的变数. So it's very important for us to know does the customer renew their offer. So there has two types for response, 回应的变数, response variables. There are two types. One is yes. Yes, they response to renew their offer, 续约. No, they didn't renew their contract. So it's a very important factor for us, response. Coverage, the type of policies. So there are three levels: basic, extend, premium. Two types for coverage is the auto insurance coverage. This one we call monthly premium auto. Is the total, is the amount of customer monthly insurance payment. It's a monthly insurance payments for each month. Okay, this month since last claim. So numbers of months the customer last report insurance claim, 理赔. So we call 理赔. If the customer have some car accident, so they can have the claim for the car accident to get the insurance payments. Okay, to get they can fix their car. Okay. Monthly, since policy inceptions. So when does the insurance start? By months. Number of open complaint. So it's a number of unsolved customer complaint. Okay, if the complaint has solved, it will not show on these variables. Number of policies. Okay, so they have several columns. Policies type, three types: corporate auto, personal auto, or special auto. 3 types. Policies, also with 3 labels. Renew offer type. There are 4 types of renew offered. Offer 1, offer 2, offer 3, offer 4. Sales channel. Where did the customer get the insurance? So they may be from their agent, 从代理商, from branch, or they from the call center, the web. The last one for policy profile variables is total claim amount. 理赔的金额 total claim amount. This is an important factor also to accumulate the amount of claims since policy's inceptions. So this is the total amount for claim. Okay, 理赔的金额. Okay, so for the second part for the variables, there are customer profile, the special profile for your customers, state, the residence, okay, or business of the state, education label, right? Labels of education, high school or less, college, BA, MA or PhD, the level of education. Effective today is the day of the policy expire. 什么时候结束? The end for the car insurance. Employee state. What is the employee state? Is employed, unemployed, or retire, or disabled. Okay, medical level. So maybe in the hospital. Gender, for male or female. Income, customers' annual income, 年收入多少? Location code. Suburban, urban, okay? The marital status, like our first examples, single, married, divorced. Vehicle type, class, vehicle. What is the type of vehicle? 车子的形态 4 doors car, or Lexus SUV, sports car, okay, or 2 doors sports car. The last one is vehicle size, large, medium, or small size of their car. Okay, so since we know all the variables description for our data set, so we have a quick look again. So you have to investigate with a quick look at customer state, customer lifetime value, response. It's a very important factor for us. Education, coverage, the day expire, okay, the day expire, employee status, gender, income, location code, marital status, monthly premium auto, monthly since last claim. This one, months since policy inception. How long does the insurance open complaint, number of policies. Okay, so you can see the detail for each variables. Don't forget to look at the more detail for the data. Okay, since we have import the data set, so right now we are doing the first things to make the response, to make the conversions like our first examples, to transfer the y variables to conversions, right? So we do the same things in the first step to convert yes or no statements in response variables to 1 or 0 and to a new variables we call engaged. Okay, so here we may show the shape for the data set. 9,134 customers with 24 variables. Okay, here we would like to transfer the status for response and to transfer yes to 1, no to 0 as our previous examples in our chapter 1. Okay, so here you can see the content for the response. So the response for the first one is no, 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 right? For this one it should be yes. So here we apply all the variables no or yes. Apply to the lambda function. We have explained what is a lambda function for. So lambda function is you can quick to apply the function to your elements. So here if you can check, the first one is no, right? So for lambda function, this statement is if statement. So no is equal to no. So this statement for the first example, first element is yes. No is equal to no is yes. So yes, it will return the left hand side, the result. Left hand side, it will return 0. So for this one, if x equal to yes, so yes, does yes equal to no? So the statement is false, not true. False, it will return the value on the right hand side, 在右边的字. So for yes, it will return 1. Okay, and then we keep all the result to a new variable name we call engaged. Like the variable in the chapter 1, we use conversion, right? So here we use engagement. Okay, so you may find we have a new variables here. Double click, go to the end, you find we generate a new variable which called engaged. Translate no to 0. Translate yes to 1. Okay, the shape for the df. Color names head. So you know. Okay, so here is we want to check does the conversion is correct or not. So we to show these two variables with response and engage. But don't forget we use 2 index. This one. If you use only for 1 index, you may find some errors. So let me show here to exercise. Because we want retrieve multiple level together. So you have to use 2 index. If you just use 1 index, what's wrong with your instruction? You may get key error. Okay, so don't forget, use 2 index like this way. So you can, it will bring show up 2 variables. So you may check no to 0, yes to 1. Okay, so the transform process is correct. Please show me the tail of our data frame, the last 5 rows for the data set. Okay, so after we know about the data set for the process for analyze, so later I will teach you how to draw the diagram for histogram to see the distribution for each variables. Okay, so we just take a break. See you guys later.